I'd like to welcome everybody back to the Carolina Open 9-ball and 1-pocket championships, brought to you from Goldsboro, North Carolina, from Fast Eddie's. We're going to be doing a match today between Shannon Daulton and Nick Varner in the 1-pocket division. I'm joined in the booth with Jeff Abernathy from Hickory, North Carolina. My name is David King. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. Jeff, it's a pleasure to be back in the booth with you again.
It's been a great venture, David. I enjoy commentating with you. Looks like Shannon won the leg in the 1-pocket playing Nick.
And he has come up with a very nice break here.
Looks like Nick will be electing maybe kick a ball out of Shannon's hole here, or I don't know if he'll shoot the 13 and ease the cue ball over, which that would leave Shannon the bank, so I know he's not going to do that.
No, that's one thing you do not want to leave for Shannon Daulton is a bank. Looks like he's just electing to shoot the cue ball up table and take a foul.
But Nick is probably one of the greatest 1-pocket players to ever play the game, so he definitely knows what to do and when to do it.
He sure is, and he sure does. Shannon Daulton is a very well accomplished 1-pocket player himself, has many 1-pocket championship titles to his resume. I look for this to be a long, grinding match. Looks like Shannon's going to shoot something a little offensive here.
Oh, and he double kissed the 15 to roll it over in Nick's pocket.
He's left the ball right in Nick's pocket, which is not good.
Yeah.
And Nick Varner actually owes a ball, so he'll need 9 balls to complete this game.
Yeah, looks like Nick's definitely going to get him quite a few right here, I would think.
Do you like cutting the 13 in here?
I think Nick might elect to shoot. He's shooting a 2-ball and going up the table, I guess.
Well, the 12 ball's going to stop it.
Wow, what a shot.
It's an excellent shot by Nick Varner. And for those of you just joining us out there, this presentation is being brought to you by Inside Pool. We've been here all week in Goldsboro, North Carolina, filming these great matches on our feature table. Jeff, this has been quite a venue this week. Looks like Nick has a very good chance to go ahead and clear this rack out. shooting left-handed here. And that's a great shot.
Yeah, it looks like Nick will be probably running out the rest of this rack, it looks like, after coming up on the 7 like that.
If he can come over one rail for the 10 ball, or actually shoot with inside English coming down for the 6 or the 13, then I do look for Nick to clear this rack out. He was able to draw back for the 10 ball. It's a very nice shot.
Yeah, as we know, Nick is a great straight pool player too, so I think that helps him out tremendously moving around this one pocket table here.
It does. I don't know a whole lot about straight pool myself. It's not a game I've really had the option of playing too much of.
Looks like he might have put himself in a bind here, though, a little bit. He's got straight in on the 10. I don't know if he can pull any shape for any more balls after this one.
And what he's doing is looking at where he can place the cue ball after the 10 ball is pocketed, and that in a way to play a safety. And start digging balls out of Shannon's side of the table. Some of our other matches that we have going on inside right now are in the one pocket division. Sean Putnam is playing Sparky Farrell. We have Brian White is in a match with Kerry Dunn. Both are well-accomplished players. Nick is definitely deliberating over what shot he is going to shoot here. We know he's going to shoot the 10 ball.
David, I think he'll shoot the 10. He's looking at some angle for the 5 to maybe get some of them balls out of Shannon's pocket over here. I don't know exactly what he's got in mind.
He could possibly be looking to stop the cue ball right there, then shoot the 1 ball and that to the end rail, and that kicking the 5 ball out of the way, dropping the cue ball down towards the end rail.
Wow.
He's actually drawing back. Looks like he's going to go ahead and shoot at the 3 ball.
That he is, David.
And this shot here allows him to fall down, either bumping the 14 towards his side or possibly coming down for the 6 ball.
Wow, what a shot.
And that was a great shot by Nick Varner. Now he has a couple options here. He can play the 1-6 combination, which these pockets are accepting balls quite well. One thing we have to take into factor is Nick needs 9 balls. And that due to the foul that he took at the beginning of the game after Shannon Daulton's break. And he's lining up the combination. And he's made a great shot. And that will be the end of game number 1. Nick has ran 9 and out.
Like I said, David, Nick is a great straight pool player, so that definitely helps him in many ways playing the 1 pocket. Looks like it'll be Nick's break this game. So that'll make it tough for Shannon to get out of winning on Nick's break.
And Nick has broke the balls quite well himself. If I know Shannon's style of one pocket, I do not look for Shannon to take a foul here. If he can see any part of the 15 ball, he might be able to kick behind it, but that's going to leave Nick a bank as well. And Shannon was able to see the 15, and he has not left Nick a bank, which is a great shot. 5 and 15 are going to be very close to being wired in Shannon's pocket as well.
Yeah, Shannon left Nick in a pretty good predicament here to where Nick will be very indecisive on what he's going to do with the cue ball here, because there's many options to leave Shannon a bank shot, which that's something definitely you don't want to do.
No, you do not, Jeff. You are correct there. Do you like thinning off the 13 going to the end rail, or possibly thinning off the 3 going up to the end rail?
It's, you know, that looks like a pretty good shot, but I think Nick is, he's looking in the pack somewhere to play safe, which I don't know exactly what he's got playing.
And that's a nice shot there. The only thing I didn't like about that is it loosens balls up on Shannon's side of the table.
And it looks
Shannon
like
can see the 13
still,
ball. He's going to go off of the 13 and hide Nick from any of those balls on Shannon's side, which he has done very well at. One thing he has done is made the 3-8 very close to being wired in Nick's hole now. I believe Nick's just going to shoot this ball back over to his side and stop. Well, Shannon has a couple options here. I like just going ahead and pocketing the 1 ball and putting him behind the 11 so he can't see any of the balls on Shannon's side of the table. He elected to shoot a 2-rail shot back on his side of the table, which is a great shot. I think it's going to give Nick a pretty easy option to play safe here. And, of course, Nick and Shannon are cutting up with each other and that having a great time over there playing. They're laughing and carrying on. These two have played each other many, many of times. They both know each other's game to a T. Now, Nick doesn't have a very easy shot here. I don't believe he can see the 5 ball. He's just going to thin off the 7 ball, putting the cue ball back over behind the 5. Great shot.
Wow, what a shot.
Great shot by Nick Varner. He has left Shannon virtually no options at all.
Yeah, looks like Nick might have a shot here after Shannon takes his inning here at the table.
It's going to be very hard not to leave a shot here.
It's looks like Shannon's looking at maybe he might just take a foul here, and
I like taking the foul here. If he cannot thin the 5 and come back across table 2 rails, which is still going to leave Nick a bank unless he can get the cue ball up high enough. And Nick has really put him in a spot here.
Playing his hero, too. His favorite player.
And Shannon just went ahead and took a foul there. And actually, it's turned out to be a great shot. I don't believe Nick has a bank on the 12 ball. Jeff, did he thin that 5 ball?
you know, I thought he did, but evidently he must have missed a whole ball there, David.
Okay, there went the coin. I didn't see a coin go up, letting the other player know that a ball is owed. The coin is up now, so he did not hit a ball and drive one to a rail.
Looks like he's left Nick a bank shot here, which is not too good.
No, do you like shooting this bank? If he has, I mean, you could.
You could definitely sell out.
You
here
could
if
definitely
he does.
sell out.
Yes. I don't think, players of that caliber, they don't think about selling out, shooting.
No, they commit to
like
making
this.
the ball.
That's exactly right.
Let's see what Nick elects to do here. He's still a little indecisive.
Looks like he elected just to go ahead and play safe on Shannon, which I believe he might have left Shannon to where he can see the 7.
If he has it, now this bank might be a kiss. Shannon's going to shoot the two ball. He has left him a nice shot on that as well. Wow, what a shot by Shannon Daulton.
What a great shot. Them shots, those shots there is shots that they see that we don't, that really hurt us playing, really good players playing this one pocket game.
For those of you watching at home, what Shannon Daulton did right there was bank that ball, not to make it towards the pocket, but to play it off of another ball, hiding the cue ball behind the 7. And he was fortunate that the ball actually went in the hole. And a lot of people might say he lucked that ball in. I do not believe he lucked it in by no means. Now Shannon has a good chance to go ahead and clear out this table as well. He owes a ball, so he still needs 7. I believe he'll just shoot the 10 ball and come on out for the 11 ball. He might elect to go ahead and just roll in and the 10 ball and shoot the 15 ball next as well.
You know, that looks like maybe the shot there, David, is coming down shooting the 15 next, or just rolling out a little bit after he pockets the 10, so he can shoot the 15 in, come 2 rails up above the 11 there, I believe it is.
Oh, it went into the stack, which broke out really the way Shannon Daulton banks, broke out 4 balls for him. He'll shoot the 15 ball here, and he can come either up on the 11 or back across for the 6 ball. He's checking now to see if the 4 ball goes. And I believe the 4 does go.
Yeah,
Shannon now needs 5 balls.
Looks like Shannon might go ahead and complete this rack by running these balls out here, David.
I believe he will do so.
Just as Nick did in the first game.
And if they keep trading like this match won't be as much of a grind as what I anticipated.
Yeah, I thought for sure this match here would be a long fought one between these 2 players.
Well, so many of Nick's matches, and Shannon's as well, end up with a wedge of balls in one of the top right or left-hand corner pockets, and they pick balls off of it one at a time. And a lot of your top professional one-pocket players do that. Let's see what Shannon elects to do here. We know he's going to shoot either the 8 ball or the 6 ball. And Shannon has overcut the 6 ball. Wow, that's big. Actually, uncharacteristic for Shannon Daulton. And let's see how Nick decides to play this. Shannon has spotted the ball that he owed. I believe Shannon needs 4 balls now. I'm sorry, 3. And that's just a great shot by Nick. Now he has a chance to go ahead and pocket the 14 and break out the 9-3-8.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to pocket the 14 here and break the cluster out.
And that's just a great shot. Only difficulty that he might run into is going to be the 9 and the 1 ball. I think he'll thin this and just come down either 2 rails up table and that, or just bounce out 1 rail for the 3 ball.
Oh, looks like he stayed too close to the rail here for the 3, David.
Yeah, I don't exactly like the angle that he chose for this. Now, pocketing the ball is not going to be much of a problem for Nick Varner. Any type of position on the next shot, though, is going to be very difficult. He might go ahead and elect just to give Shannon Daulton this 6 ball. It looks like he's going to be shooting at the 3. Wow, and he was able to dig the 6 ball out of Shannon's pocket. That is a wonderful shot.
These guys were so incredible playing this game.
And you know, more and more players that play 9 ball, 8 ball, straight pool are playing one pocket these days. It's become so much bigger than what it used to be.
Yeah, I feel like people have a lot more time playing the 1 pocket, David, than they do the 9 ball. They see different shots and watch the better player 100%. Play. Helps you out, I feel like, in many aspects of your 9 ball game for sure, and that's
on the safety aspect and everything. Then there are games out there that help your one pocket game as far as running out, playing 9-ball. A lot of times balls get stuck down table and you find yourself shooting 4 or 5 balls in the same pocket. 3-cushion billiards helps your one pocket game out tremendously. Nick's just going to thin the 6-ball and put Shannon up table here. He's going to try to hide him from seeing the 6 so he can't take it out of his hole. I'm not quite sure if he's done so.
I believe Shannon will kick this ball out here, David. I don't know if he can see the edge. I don't think he would bank it. But
No, I don't think he would shoot this shot.
looks like he's shooting it head on. He must be able to see the whole ball. But I believe
if he can see the whole ball, he'll bank it over towards his side of the table. And that's just a great shot there. I don't believe the 1 ball passes the 9. But Nick has sure jumped up quickly to look at it. The 1 ball must pass the 9. Great shot.
Sure did. You know, this that error right there made by Shannon really put him up against the wall, having to beat Nick 3 games in a row of one pocket if
Yes, it will.
Nick gets out right here.
And just to let everybody know, this is a race to 3 games. And for those of you just joining us, we are in Goldsboro, North Carolina for the 9th running of the Carolina Open 9-ball and 1-pocket championships, being brought to you by Inside Pool Mag. Can check us out. Watch live streaming. I've been going 24 hours straight for the past 3 days now. I was just informed that the cameras have been running since Thursday night. Or Thursday morning, I'm sorry.
They're getting hot too up there.
Looks like Nick here can't need no more than a ball. He might need both of them here.
And I believe this is Nick's out ball here. And I look for him to go ahead and make this.
Sure enough, the great bank player
She's
he
done.
is.
Now the score is going to be 2-0 Nick in favor of Nick Varner.
Well, David, it looks like Shannon's back's up against the wall once again here. Really look forward to watching this game here and see what he does, being down 2-0.
It has to be frustrating. But like always, Shannon Daulton still has a grin on his face.
He has such a good demeanor about himself around the pool table, David.
Yes, he does, Jeff.
I've definitely learned a lot from him playing the game as far as attitude and how to carry yourself around there. He is
And to be able to run the tour that he runs and still be able to play in this event, and he just came off of a pretty nice finish in the Miz Tour event in Hollywood, Florida. Yeah, he's really been working hard in that the last couple weeks. And he actually has another event coming up this coming weekend in Cincinnati, Ohio, my hometown, at my home pool room. That's a pretty good break that Shannon has laid down there.
Yeah, it looks like he swift Nick here in quite of a pickle of how to get out of his break this time, David.
It's not gonna, if Nick decides to take a foul this time, he's not really going to be able to push the cue ball up table. The balls are spread quite well. It will leave Shannon a shot. Nick has elected to put Shannon up top of the table. I believe he has a shot on the 9 ball, but it is a very difficult one.
Yeah, it looks like a very tight squeeze through there, David.
Shannon's going to shoot at it. Being down 2-0.
Might have West Nick a carom shot here, David. 7 off the 5, maybe. I don't can't
And
really
also
tell from this angle.
The 15 ball does bank in this situation as well. If he plays it just pocket speed, he can put the cue ball up behind the 9 and 11. And that will pretty much come halfway into reversing the break. Another thing he can do here is bank the 15 ball into the 2 ball, or part of the 14, and stop the cue ball on the end rail, and balls can come down towards his pocket, which is exactly what he has chose to do.
What a great shot that was.
A lot of good things can happen when you do that. You don't always have to bank the ball to your hole.
You know, these guys here, that's what they do best, is they just get balls close and keep an eye on the cue ball is the main concern.
Absolutely. Now Shannon's going to go ahead and go for a bank here. That's the frustration coming out. That really knows that he needs to get something going.
Wow, he made a great shot there.
He made a fantastic shot right there.
It takes a lot of goals to do to make a shot like
Yes,
that.
it does.
Playing,
It takes a lot of
Varner.
heart. Nice combination there. Now, do you go ahead and just shoot and stop here, or do you play for the balls up table, the pocket, and just go ahead?
So to me, he might be easing up the table here, David. He just threw it back and he hit the
I don't
deuce.
really like that too well. I like just stopping there and banking the 15. As good of a banker as what Shannon Daulton is. Now he's going to cut the 2 ball in. If he makes this, I look for him to go ahead and get out.
He made a very nice cut there on the 2, so that will leave him of probably maybe getting out the rest of this rack here.
Let's shoot the 8 ball and draw between the 4 and the 12. He's kind of got stuck on the rail here. It's going to make the shot a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, him leaving the cue ball on the rail like that, that'll be sort of hard to pull position for the balls up the table. He might shoot it in with top and come back across, so.
He could do that. He has a slight angle.
Looks like he must be playing for the bank on the 14 here.
And he's not going to worry about the ball that's in Nick's hole. He's going to go ahead and just fire this 14 ball in. She has done, and done very nicely. He's kind of stuck a little bit here. I don't believe he can see the 15 ball, so he's going to try to manipulate some sort of a kick shot unless he can bank the 11.
Looks like he is electing the bank to 11, David. Here, it's
wow, what a shot. That was for the game. Now the score will be 2-1.
Shannon done some great shooting there.
Yes, he did. He shot his way out of what I would consider to be a pretty nice trap that Nick had him in. So for those of you just joining us, my name's David King. I'm in the booth with Jeff Abernathy. I'm doing a commentary on a 1-pocket match. that from Goldsboro, North Carolina, in the 9th running of the Carolina Open. That players now are Shannon Daulton and Nick Varner. Nick Varner currently leads the match 2-1 in a race to 3. Tell you what, Jeff, there's been a lot of great play in this tournament here. It's been a really great venue.
You know, David, that it has been. A lot of great players showed up this year.
Yes, they did.
Didn't come last year, so this is about my 7th time here, and this is definitely one of the better ones he's had here.
This is my first time here, and this really reminds me of a little miniature Derby City Classic. We've been running strong since Wednesday night. Started off with a nice 9-ball mini tournament. We've had a B player ring game, an A player ring game, a 1-pocket division, which we are currently watching now, doing commentary on. That's a nice shot by Shannon Daulton. He really didn't have a whole lot he could do. He knew he had to get Nick pretty much blocked from shooting anything out of his hole. But coming off of the 5-ball here and going behind the 7, I don't like too well. It's too easy to leave something here. We are playing on new cloth, which sometimes is a little harder for the cue ball to grab.
Looks like to me, David, here he would bank the 5, maybe either into the stack or off the stack towards his hole and lead the cue ball up the table to where Shannon don't have a shot.
If he could actually get the 5 off the bottom of the 4-ball, then a lot of good things could happen here. I don't believe Nick is taking a look at that shot yet.
He's definitely analyzing this shot.
He just sort of bumped the 5 over and left the cue ball on the rail, which it's also blocking Shannon from hitting any balls that are over in Nick's hole.
Nick's definitely left Shannon a lot to think about here.
Shannon's been a very nice shot. He has not left Nick anything offensive here at all. And what he possibly could do is thin off the 14 going 2 rails in that back behind the 5-ball. But he put Shannon in a similar position like that in the last rack. That another shot he could also play is thin off the 12-ball, go up to the end rail and back down to the side rail, leaving Shannon in a very difficult cut shot, which would, if he decided to shoot at, send a lot of balls towards Nick's hole. So we'll see what Nick Varner elects to do here. Nick Varner definitely does not like the position that he's been left in here. Nick is going to take a foul here, it looks like. Nick took a foul. That's actually a really good shot. I thought he might have been able to spin off the 14 ball, 2 rails, and put the cue ball in that position, but he elected to take the higher percentage shot. Yeah, just taking a foul.
Yeah, I believe Nick realizes, David, that he has to keep Shannon hemmed up since he's got the lead here 2 games to 1.
Exactly, and one more ball is not going to mean that much to Nick Varner. Well, Shannon noticed that Nick didn't like that position too well, so Shannon took a foul himself and put Nick back in the same position. Tell you, Jeff, I'm really looking forward to some of these 9-ball matches that we're going to have tonight. A good friend of mine just defeated Johnny Archer, and now he's going to be playing Brian White. We still have Sean Putnam in the tournament, Larry Neville in the tournament.
Yeah, David, you know, there will be some great 9-ball matches tonight since I noticed I was looking at the board earlier. There's 4 AAAs all left in the losers brackets. And then you got an A and a double A left in the winner side of the bracket.
I cannot wait for that match personally. Shannon hit a very nice shot there. He was able to cross bank the ball back over to his side and put it right in front of his pocket. And I'm not sure if Nick's going to be able to take this ball out or not.
Looks like he's put Nick in sort of a bind here, David. Don't have nothing else to shoot at but the 14, it being so close to Shannon's pocket here.
Even if he gives him the ball, he's still going to leave somewhat of a shot for Shannon.
You know, he very well might, but I think he's looking at maybe banking the 14 into the 7.
If he can see that much of it without hitting the point of the pocket, I like that shot.
I'm sure he'll definitely be looking at what he's going to do with the cue ball.
Notice Sean Putnam and Sparky Farrell's match is still going on. They've been playing for a little while now. And Sean Putnam has just defeated Sparky Farrell in the one pocket division. Well, Nick made a nice shot there, but I believe he has left Shannon a bank here.
The 7 might be blocking his way for the bank shot, but looks like he is shooting at it.
It was blocking.
Barely hit the 7, which that'll leave Nick a bank shot.
Nick has a chance to get a few balls here if he makes this.
He sure is. He really flew up out of that chair after that shot, David. Chomping at the bits, maybe to go ahead and end this match. Still, though, it's a tough bank, under playing these caliber of players. Knowing one mistake could cost you the game for sure playing here.
Nick's actually fallen on the 10 ball quite nicely after making that bank.
Yeah, I look at Nick shooting a 10 in here and busting this pack out.
Do you like busting the pack out here, Jeff?
I think so. I think it sort of sends the 4 out and down the table a little bit to where he'll at least have a shot. And if that happens, he very well might run out from here.
And Nick needs 8 balls now after pocketing that ball there. He owes a ball from a previous foul that he took. Shannon Daulton still owes a ball. Nick looks like he's gearing up to hit him pretty hard, which he has done. So,
looks like he didn't leave himself too much of a shot here, David.
I find that happening to me a lot when I break out the pack like that. Balls seem to want to cluster up, and sometimes you don't always come up with a shot. Now, in straight pool, things would have been a little bit different, breaking the pack out like that. Could he possibly be looking at a 3-12 combination, shooting the 3 into the rail first?
I think it's a good choice, David. I believe that's what he is looking at. Because even though he might miss the ball, he's probably going to leave Shannon the shot maybe, but I'm sure he'll be taking care of the cue ball.
It was a hanger for him.
Yeah, sure. He shot it like it was a hanger.
I look for Nick to go ahead and clear out the 6 remaining balls that he needs. If I would go ahead and shoot the 13 ball first here.
Yeah, and choosing to shoot this shot left-handed also. Yeah, David, I think that'll pretty much take care of this game. I don't look for Nick to make any mistakes from here out.
Now, all the balls go in his hole. We have a new one-pocket match starting right in front of us here, Jeff. Brian White and Sparky Farrell are going to play in the one-loss side.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good rematch there. Sparky sent Brian over to the losers bracket, and so I think Brian will be shooting real hard to to knock Sparky out here in the one pocket division. Oh, looks like Nick has left himself jacked up over the 6 ball.
Nick only needs 1 ball, I believe. No, actually, I believe he needs 2.
He needs 2 balls from here out, and he's left himself very difficult here. He could definitely pocket to 3, but pulling shape for his out ball, I don't know about unless he elects to bank a ball or. Oh, he's rolled over.
What a fantastic shot. He would have liked to have came over about another 5 or 6 inches. Do you like just going ahead and banking the 7 ball over onto your side of the table to the side rail, leaving the cue ball in the bottom rail there?
Most definitely, David. He's got a big ball count lead here. He's definitely he'll be going into defensive mode till he thinks he can make Shannon make a mistake here. He'll definitely keep all the balls out of Shannon's pocket, possibly sending them all up the table.
Now that is definitely one of Nick Varner's MOs, is when he gets a lead, start sending balls up table, and he does it with the best of them. Last game when Shannon was stuck a few balls, he came out firing. My co-commentator is going to go call a hit right quick in the Sparky Farrell-Brian White match. He'll be back with me momentarily. Interested to see what Nick Varner does here. I don't believe he's been left a bank. I believe you can see a little bit of the 5 ball, but he went for the bank. What a great shot, and that will end the match. Nick Varner defeats Shannon Daulton 3-1. I want to thank everybody for joining us for this match. I'm David King, along with Jeff Abernathy. And that we will be back with you momentarily for, I believe, another 9-ball match.
Yeah, David, it's been nice commentating with you once again.
Always a pleasure, Jeff.
Maybe we'll do another set here shortly.
I look forward to it. This match has been brought to you by Inside Pool. We are at the Carolina Open, the stop on the Great Southern Billiard Tour. And I want to thank everybody out there in Cyber World for joining us.